Daltoso here is an offensive lineman because he's played four of the different spots. And we certainly love to get out there. He's double-digit starts at four different positions on the offensive line, and we're not sure we can find anybody else in the history of college football that's ever done that. So, Jeff, if you'd like to take on a research project, go for it. We'll go with that. We'll go ahead and open it up for questions. We'll get started with Jeff Ferraro. Go ahead, Jeff.
Hey, Val. Just talk about your feelings about this being the last week of your college football career.
Yeah. I don't know if it's fully hit me yet. I think there's kind of a lot of different emotions for the seniors going through this week. It's bittersweet. I'm excited for the next step, but at the same time, you kind of look back and kind of reminisce on just everything you've done. Right before the UCLA game, down on the field, I actually ran into, because I think it was broadcast on Fox Sports, I ran into Mark Helfrich, because he's an analyst for Fox Sports, and he was my coach at Oregon when I walked on initially. And I haven't talked to him in 5 years, I think. And I went up to him, we had a really good conversation, and that was kind of a point for me where it kind of hit, like, man, I've been doing this thing a long time. And it's kind of coming to an end. It was kind of a weird feeling. So just trying to have a lot of fun this week and go out and play really hard and get a win, and on a really good note.
Can you assess the season? It's been kind of weird for you guys. A terrible start, 1-5, and then you seem to get it going, and you had the COVID stuff happen. What do you think happened? Why weren't you more consistent? Why weren't you guys able to achieve the goals you had for yourselves?
I think it's, I don't know, it's difficult to go back and, it's always easy to say, if we had this or did this better, in this one certain spot. And I'm sure in that 1-5 start, we're talking about plays that could have changed, outcomes of games and probably how we were feeling about the early part of the season and probably the season as a whole. But, we can't change that kind of stuff. And I think one defining part of our team is, how we've stuck through a lot this year. And I think, we've improved over the course of the season. I think coming from, our first game against Nevada and seeing us go against, Oregon State and Stanford and that kind of stuff, that's a whole different team. And so, at points it's frustrating, but also at the same time, I like to look at, probably more positive light, and that I've had a really fun time and I love playing with these guys. And I think everyone's really excited for this week.
And how much would it just add to your feelings about the whole experience just to win this one?
It would be awesome. It would be great. I don't think it would change my feelings as a whole, right, about Cal and the program and all that kind of stuff. But just kind of a cherry on top. It'd be great to go out with a win on senior day.
Thanks, Val, for everything.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Trace Travers. Go ahead, Trace.
Yeah, Val, if you bothered Coach Angus to give you the start at center just so you can have all five.
I've been sliding it in there every couple of weeks. I played my senior year of high school was at center. And when we were down a couple guys at one point in this season, I was taking center snaps, pre-practice, all that kind of stuff. So I'm ready to go in case we need it. Maybe we can slide one in.
Gotcha. And on a more serious note, what has been your message to some of the younger guys among the offensive line since you have this wealth of experience going into final week of the season?
Yeah. I think you hear it from seniors kind of every year is, enjoy your time, obviously. Because it does go by fast. I've been here for forever, but looking back, it feels kind of like an instant. But I think one bigger thing, and I think something that I've kind of learned this year too is I don't know if word this fantastic, but a lot of times when stuff gets really hard, it's very easy to kind of look for what do we need to change, and sometimes the easiest or sometimes the most difficult and but the best solution is to keep staying the course and keep putting your head down and keep grinding. And I think especially for a lot of the younger guys here, this is this is an upwards trajectory for him, right? It might, I might be done with Cal football, but Cal football as a whole, is a program that, is going to have to take that next step in the next year or two, and, it's easy to point fingers and be like, we started slow, if this happened, if COVID didn't happen, it happened. All you can do is keep your head down and keep pushing forward.
Yeah. And I guess to wrap it up, what does the next step look like for you? Do you have something you're planning on doing?
Yeah, I'm going to train for the draft, show up at pro day here at Cal, and I'll probably move back to Boise and do it. Just get in the best shape of my life and give this thing a shot. I think you never know. So I'm excited for that.
Congratulations, Val. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Okay, we'll go to Jim McGill from Bear Insider. Go ahead, Jim.
You know, along those same lines, talking about the young guys, there's a lot of young guys that are starters on the team or have played significant roles. What do you see for the future of this group?
I'm really excited. I was honestly very surprised as the season went on about, basically our depth at a lot of different positions on both sides of the ball, with a lot of freshmen and underclassmen playing, on defense, Lou and Nate and, our D line is only going to get better. Brett coming back and all that kind of stuff. But, even in some of those tough spots we were in, having Bastion come in and Everett against Arizona, and while it might not be perfect, those are live game reps that, they came in and did some really good things. So I'm really excited. And then watching the quarterback room spin the ball, I mean, I'm excited for a lot of those really young guys. I think there's gonna be a lot of good football in the future.
Awesome. Thanks for all your contributions over the years.
Yeah.
All right, anybody else got a final question for Val?